How's it going, guys? It's Boy, and I want to talk about what it's like to work in a LEGO store. I worked in a LEGO store part-time for 8 years, 5 years as a brick specialist, and 3 years as a supervisor. It was a local store located in New York, and it wasn't a flagship or anything. It was a great experience, and I would recommend it to anyone looking for a first-time retail job. So let's talk about what makes LEGO retail different. LEGO is focused on imaginative play and the builders of tomorrow. The purpose of LEGO retail is brand recognition and to create an experience. LEGO retail composes only about 1% of all profit, or that might be just an exaggeration from my district manager. Most of the profit comes from Target, Amazon, and other major retailers. LEGO sets also have a large profit margin because LEGO controls the manufacturing and the distribution of their products. General retail stores make very little profit unless it's a store brand product. As a result, LEGO retail stores do not need to exist. Thus, the work environment is different than a typical store. A LEGO store relies on content employees to deliver an exceptional experience to guests. From my experience, associates are paid a bit more than minimum, and managers are typically of a family-friendly demeanor rather than your go-getter types. When I started, I made about maybe $10 to $11 an hour, and when I left, I was making around $14 to $15 an hour. Local stores usually only have part-time positions available, unless you're an assistant manager or manager. Flagship stores offer full-time positions at various levels. So what's the job like for an entry-level associate or brick specialist? You have your typical responsibilities such as guest interaction, ability to entertain children, general cleaning, inventory stocking, shipment processing, and visual campaign management. Still sounds like typical retail with nuances, but let's look at specifics. Managers are able to evaluate employee performance with guest surveys. This is one of the only metrics aside from store sales and traffic that a store tracks. As a result, the main focus of an associate is to receive positive surveys. A store will get about 2 mystery shoppers a month that will evaluate the general appearance of the store and the guest interaction. Associates are trained to this outline of expectations, and this should guide their interactions with every guest. Basically, you must greet every guest and ask them an open-ended question. You must follow up, show the guest a relevant product and hand it to them, suggest an add-on to the product, show an aspect of the store not directly related to the purchase such as in-store events or play area. The next part is point of sale, where you are evaluated on general transaction interactions. You must suggest signing up for the LEGO VIP card, provide a store calendar, and then thank and ask them to return and fill out the satisfaction survey. Missing any of these results in a deduction of points. Stores should always strive for perfect scores, and it is seen as the minimum experience each guest should receive. One of my assistant managers used to say, "Our job is really easy, but our expectations are high." I found this to be true after working at Abercrombie and GameStop. The nature of our product makes it easy to sell and to stock. Working at LEGO is more than just selling LEGO sets. It is about building relationships with guests that last a lifetime. During my 8 years, I've watched families grow. You might only be a retail worker, but you participate in a part of the family's life that involves enjoyment, play, celebration, holidays, and fun. They might stop by the store once a month or a week, and you become a part of their routine. This is something rare to experience in a Walmart or a Target. There are various perks of working at LEGO. They offer a 401k with a 1-to-1 match. Every year, LEGO would gift LEGO sets exclusive to LEGO employees. There's also a 50% discount on LEGO sets up to about $2,500 or $5,000 in retail value. And store meetings and parties were arranged throughout the year. So what's the typical day like for a LEGO store employee? Opening the store usually just involves cleaning. You would dust the shelves, wipe down the windows, and clear the cash wrap. You make sure the store floor was to visual standards and items were properly merchandised and stocked. When opened, you provided guest service while maintaining visual and stock standards. Usually there was a store play event and you would encourage guests to participate in them. Sometimes there were building events you would manage that involved pre-registration. You would help children build the event sets and engage them about the theme. Near the end of the day, you would restock the merchandise to appropriate levels. When the store was completely closed, you would sweep, mop, and take out the trash. If there was a new visual campaign, a new product launch, or inventory, it would occur at this time. LEGO sometimes has large events that take place for days and you could request to work at them. Most stores would send a couple of associates to participate. Depending on the situation, your expenses would be paid for. It's a great way to see more of how the company operates and connect with a diverse group of people. So what was my experience like? In my opinion, LEGO retail is the best retail job you can have. With the same type of job, the work is not intensive and the compensation is relatively better. The environment created by the company focus ensures there is much less stress than other stores. A love for LEGO and an extroverted personality is a great asset to have. Being able to share your passion with guests makes it less about work and more about connecting. I do love Lego, but I'm pretty introverted. I hate small talk, but this job helped me overcome a lot of my social difficulties. I still don't like small talking and I often avoid it, but I now have the ability to participate in it when it matters. I did prioritize management of the store rather than guest interaction because of my preference. I loved stocking the store and making sure everything was the standard. Despite my shortcomings, my manager kept me on payroll while I went to community college and when I went to university. When I finished university, I had more availability and was promoted to a supervisor. I owe a lot of who I am now to my experience in that Lego store. I have worked with a lot of different people. I learned a lot about working relationships and managing responsibilities that were larger than yourself. I am now a microbiologist, and I wouldn't be here now without that Lego store, but that's a story for another day. I hope you found this interesting and that you learned a little about Lego retail. If you're looking for a first job and have a Lego store nearby, I highly recommend you applying. If you have any specific questions, drop a comment below and I'll try my best to answer them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.